Countering striker from Uka just makes her think twice, and now she's surfing around the outside as Uka pushes forward. It's a bit more of a head movement now from Crystal to see if she can look for some openings. But Julika just standing right in front of her, just pouring that right jab out. Left hand cocked and loaded. There's that right hook again from Uka. And it may be something that Uka regrets, particularly if it goes into third. And there's a bit of a ground war. She's got a real good jiu-jitsu shot. Has Crystal van Veek. Just still trying to figure out Juliet Uka as Juliet really goes for those leg kicks. You can see the welt starting to form on the left leg of Crystal van Veek.
So Simon, I gotta ask you, because I'm not boots on the ground right now. As we take a look at the odds once again, you could, in a very, very clear favorite odds right here on Veek on the outside looking in. What is the feeling like inside the PI right now as we get ready for Hume versus Makengele? We've seen things can get very divisive inside of the Performance Institute. Round here brought to you by Dragon Energy. Juliet Yuka, Crystal van Veek continuing to go after it tonight. Yuka is definitely in the lead, and Van Veek's going to have to put that foot on the gas pedal, hypothetically, and she's going to have to get in there and get to work.
Just left cross from Uka, and Crystal gets out of the way nice. She tries to close the pocket, bit of a stumble, she takes some shots. As she gets back up to feet, she's looking to sprawl now. But it's Uka got the top control. Happy for Crystal van Veek to get back up.
Like running into a brick wall. Nowhere to go. Yuka not giving her one bit. Good defense, read it the whole way, and stuffs her and gives her a few right hands for her trouble. So, yeah, Van Veek, whereas I think she has to pull off some desperation moves like that, Yuka just seems to be a step ahead and so incredibly strong.
Yeah, Juliet looking for a home for that front kick. Again, slight miss. Good head movement from Crystal, but just so wary of the power from Juliet Uka that she felt in that first and second round. Just trying to figure it out. She's got happy to move around the outside. She takes a leg kick, which she acknowledges, but Uka just planting her feet, just plodding forward, just happy to counter with the kind of power that's caused so many problems for Van Veek. Trying to mix it up.
Get past Crystal van Veek, I gotta ask Simon, what do you think if she gets matched up with an Alice Ardelin? How do you think a matchup like that goes?
Well, we saw, you know, what a fantastic ground game Alice has had, but her boxing is also on point. I mean, she's a superb kickboxer, Alice Ardelin. She's so much well-rounded. I think she's a champion of the strawweight division, you know, for a very good reason. She showed in the fighter season, you know, how strong she was in all areas of the MMA skill set. I think Juliet will be a very tough fight for her because Juliet's got absolutely fantastic chin, you know, and she's very patient in terms of, you know, head hunting and looking for the counters as we see in this fight. I think stylistically it'll be a very difficult matchup for Alice because Juliet's just such a tough customer, but then Alice has a very different type of flavor to it in terms of the, you know, the angle she comes in at. That'll be a fantastic matchup if this goes the way we think it's going to go, with a victory for Uka.
I say we bring Kiara Penko back into the mix. Throw her back into the mix too, why not? Put her on a flight.
No complaints for me. Flying in from Italy, Kiara Penko, fantastic fighter.
Part of some of our legendary performances that we've had out of the ladies in the past, like Rizlan Zoak and Amanda Lino, and, you know, just incredible, talented ladies that have given us so many memories over the years.
Yeah, a really fantastic history of women's MMA in the EFC, and EFC matchmaker Graham Cartmel talking about reinvigorating, particularly the strawweight division of women's MMA on the African continent. Another left cross from Uka.
I think we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up Manon. Manon Fiorot obviously just ripping it up in the UFC as well.
Yeah, definitely a future UFC champion. Had her chops and won that that season of the fighter we were talking about. As really teeing off there is Juliet Uka. Some nice combinations when she had her opponent cornered. Crystal van Veek got out of trouble. Oh, nice repeated right jab, the second of which found its home from Uka. Just jumping out of range from Crystal van Veek. He's really trying to figure it out. Good body kick from Juliet Uka.
Yuka continuing to walk down Crystal Von Beek. Much of the same in this round as we've seen in the fight. Von Beek gets major credit for hanging in there with the hard punches of Juliet Yuka, but just unable to get any offense going, any sort of point scoring on the board, and Von Beek is just at a disadvantage. That being said, just a little bit of time left, surely enough time to make something crazy happen, but it just doesn't seem like she has any sort of plan to get on the inside and get a hold of Yuka. Just too tough.
Yeah, and she's still taking a lot of shots. I mean, that was a massive right from Juliet Ucker. And fair gamesmanship from Crystal Van Beek. Measy smiled and laughed and acknowledged the shot. But she's got to be doing a little bit more as they both engage. Another great right from Ucker. She's starting to put the combinations together, and Van Beek's backpedaling a little bit. Great right uppercut mixed cross from Ucker. It really scored underneath the left chin. That was a great finish from Juliet Ucker, and a great show of sportsmanship from both.
Without a doubt. What a performance by both ladies. Taking it to the distance, great durability, and nothing